Now, public officials and tycoons involved in the illegal 1.5 billion shilling compensation scandal concerning the Ruaraka school's land are now at risk of being locked up and facing significant criminal charges. Aside from handcuffs chasing the perpetrators, the EACC has now launched a manhunt to recover every single coin from Afrison, Hewlands and Whispering Palms companies that benefited from what the court termed as a blatant embezzlement of public funds. NTV's Laban Shaban with a full report.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has confirmed that it has resumed legal action and will resubmit its inquiry file to the Director of Public Prosecutions to prefer criminal charges against all those found culpable. The file, which details the criminal culpability of public officials who processed and facilitated the irregular payout, was initially forwarded to the DPP on February 11, 2025. However, upon an independent review, the DPP advised the EACC to halt the criminal proceedings to await the outcome of a civil appeal filed by the private claimants. Following the Court of Appeal's decision to dismiss the appeal in its entirety on July 3, 2026, the EACC has moved swiftly to revive the criminal case. Alongside the prosecution of suspects, the anti-graft agency has initiated the recovery of 1.5 billion shillings unlawfully paid out under the fraudulent compensation scheme. The recovery process is targeting 3 private entities that received the funds: Afrison Export-Import Limited, Hewlands Limited, Whispering Palms Estate Limited. According to the Senate County Public Accounts and Investments Committee report, the corporate veil is pierced by a single family name. Francis Mburu is the managing director and director of all the claiming entities, including Drive-In Estate Developers, Afrison Export-Import Limited, and Hewlands Limited. His 2 sons, Mark Mungai Mburu and Justin Mungai Mburu, are serving as co-directors. The ruling by the Court of Appeal upheld an earlier decision by the Environment and Land Court, which declared the massive compensation package unlawful, null and void. According to the EACC, investigations conducted in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Education and the Nairobi City County, the 13.5-acre parcel of land where Ruaraka High School and Drive-In Primary School stand was already public land. The land had been initially surrendered to the government free of cost as a mandatory condition for the approval of a prior subdivision. Because the land had already ceased to be private property, the Court of Appeal ruled that the National Land Commission lacked any legal basis to undertake compulsory acquisition, rendering the 1.5 billion shillings payout a clear case of public funds being siphoned off. The EACC has now directed the Ministry of Education and the National Land Commission to take immediate measures to process and issue formal title documents for the schools to permanently shield the public land from future encroachment. According to the Senate County Public Accounts and Investments Committee report, Drive-In Estate Developers had officially and unconditionally signed away the school sites to the government free of cost on July 4, 1984, as condition for their private subdivision approval. The report concludes that the land was already public utility land, meaning the National Land Commission effectively spent 1.5 billion shillings of taxpayer money to buy land that the public already owned. The prosecution trail squarely targets top public officials who gave the deal a green light despite clear warnings, including then Education CS Fred Matiang'i, Basic Education PS at the time Belio Kipsang, and the leadership of the National Land Commission who orchestrated the fraudulent engagements. Laban Shaban, NTV.